how's the piece coming, Megan?
Beautifully. I'm getting a lot of different layers started. Starting to keep certain things really crisp, but I want her to feel like a flame. So see how soft this is? I didn't even bloodline it.
Wow.
But then I did bloodline, or like super, super light gray line her fingertips. I do that with really small stuff. I think it holds up over time better. And some of this like viney stuff, because I want it to feel different than the soft flame.
Right.
Yeah.
When you attack a piece, do you try and pack all the black in first, or what's your...
You know, I don't. I'm a painter. I was a painter before I was a tattooer. So I lay in my mid-tones first, which I trained myself to do from tattooing. When I started, when I used to be a little baby tattooer, unsure of myself, I would go with light tones, but then I found I beat the skin up too much by the time I got it as dark as I wanted it. So now I go in and I usually do mid-tones, and then my black, and then my light.
Was that something you came to by yourself, or was it a trial and error? That was very New England. Trial and error? Error.
Well, the faster I started tattooing, the more powerful my machines are. They kick real hard, and I run them pretty high. So I had to be a decisive tattooer. So I started shaping it out of like, I kind of had to decide what tone I wanted and nail it. So that stopped me from using too many of the light tones. Really just jump in with my mid-tones. However, there's a lot of different tools in my box now. So sometimes, like what I'm doing with this piece in a lot of areas, not the candle, but the background, and her dress, is I'm building super, super, super light tones, and I'm just layering them so that, like this is just a one drop of black right now, and I'll layer it so that it's like really, really saturated. Like this looks pretty dark, but that's just a 2 drop of black.
Oh, wow.
But it's 3 coats of it
Got
in
it.
different directions, so it's real smooth and not scratchy. It kind of has a real rich feel to it. I gotta give hats off to Josh Duffy. I'm pretty sure I learned that from him. He just achieves so many different tones in his pieces.
Who else do you look up to? I guess look up is not the right word. Who else inspires you in the tattoo world?
Inspire is a good word. Man, fuck, man. Okay, Carlos Torres, always. That's an old one, you know, oldie but goodie. Everybody hears me say that. Recently, I'm kind of screwed up as an artist because I did the Ink Master show, and it actually made me get more interested in styles that I don't do. So I've been looking at, I already was interested in traditional, but that like really put a, what's that expression? Fire under my ass?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like certain expressions.
So, I'm interested in traditional now, and I'm interested in, well, I guess we're not talking about styles, we're talking about artists I look up to.
No, but your styles are good too. Because that leads you to different artists, I feel.
You know what? There's different artists that, when I go to do a piece, sometimes I'll really look how they did it. And I'm not shy about saying that. People are like, hey, you're ripping off my style. It's like, fuck you. The best artists look around. That's our fucking job. Not just at artwork, at nature, at buildings, at anything. Anyways, there's always artists that I will go look at if I'm doing something. If I'm doing a rose, I'm gonna go look at a Phil Garcia rose. Water droplets, Phil's really good at those, Nico's really good at those.
Phil Garcia?
Yep.
Nico Hurtado?
No, yeah, I forget, not everyone knows these guys.
She's on a first name basis, everybody.
Sometimes just for inspiration, I actually look at painters. I think Kevin Llewellyn is someone I can just drop onto his page at any point and get inspired. Obviously, Michael Husser. Lipkin, Jeremy Lipkin. Oh, Jeremy Mann, he's really good. tattooers, if I'm doing filigree, I definitely, right now, I look at Carlos's stuff. I think when I'm done studying Carlos's stuff, I'll probably move over to Victor Portugal and Josh Duffy, because they're also killing the filigree game. And the more I draw it, like, yeah, I'm going to learn from those guys, but the more I do it, the more it becomes my own. And that's, you know, it's always good to give people credit, but anyone who's saying that they didn't look at someone else's work, they're either stupid or lying.
Speaking of credit, Carlos
Torres.
Got it. One of the elite Carloses in the tattoo world.
Yeah, yeah. If I'm doing like a realism portrait thing, I'll obviously go look at Nico Hurtado's work, Luca Joloy, or however I say his last name, or Carlos, who works with Nico.
Rojas?
Rojas, yeah. You know, I mean, there's so many good portrait artists. Oh, you know whose work really inspires me? Not because of subject matter, but because of the feel it has. Which, if you guys know anything about me and art, I almost don't give a fuck about subject matter. I care about the feel of a piece when you're done. That Dominance Spartaveris is his Instagram name.
Okay.
Which I now use Instagram names for pretty much everything, so.
It is wild.
Yeah, I don't really know how to say his real name or what it is, but.
So speaking of Instagram names, do you have a regrettable screen name or email name from your past? Like Megan Jean 1998 143 or anything like that?
Well, that's not like super regrettable, that one there. You know what? I never had these weird like nicknames or whatever. At a young age, I think I started branding myself. I knew I wanted to be an artist. I didn't know I was going to be a tattoo artist, but I knew that I wanted to be known for my artwork. And so I figured whatever I do, I should always just keep my name. And I did. I have my earliest cards, my earliest website. Everything is just Megan Jean or Megan Jean Morris.
Were you always Megan Jean, or when did you decide to?
I was actually going to say, well, in like 7th grade, we're all hoping or like trying to be individuals.
Right.
And my name was Megan, so that wasn't very individual. And I went to summer camp with my best friend Anahita.
That's a name.
We were meeting people, and she's like, "Hi, I'm Anahita." So I would be like, "Hi, I'm Megan Jean," because I felt like I needed more syllables. And it's my Gram's name, so it was kind of cool to like let her know that I was proud to use her name.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
So what are you hoping to achieve with this piece overall?
I really am going for a light effect. I want it to feel illuminated. Eventually I want these leaves, or filigree, to feel like they're being lit up by her. So I'm gonna go dark around her, and then not too dark around these guys, and then really light where the light would be hitting them. I also want a real layered effect. So I'm just doing black right up against her, but just a medium back here so that I can get all these drop shadows in.
Right.
Which as the grays heal, will come out a lot
lighter,
more.
yeah.
Yeah, right now it's kind of dark.
Is it going to be black and gray, or are you going to pack some color into it?
Nope, this is definitely just black and gray. If I were doing a color piece, I certainly would not lay down this gray base. That's a good way to make your color realism look really dirty.
You're going to punctuate it with white at the end, or?
This piece I will. I don't use a ton of white in general because over the years I just think it doesn't really tend to hold. So on Jennifer I will. She's got pretty pale legs. I think it's gonna
Seems to be taking the ink really well too.
Incredibly well. I mentioned that earlier. Like, I barely have to touch her skin, and it absorbs it pretty darkly.
Jennifer, what are you hoping out of the piece?
Well, I hope that this dream piece of mine helps
in spreading awareness for brain tumors. That's what I do. I advocate for the brain tumor community. I am a patient. I have 3 brain tumors myself, and with the smaller tattoos that I already do have, people stop me and they want to know the significance and why I have them. And then I get to tell them a little bit about myself having the brain tumors, but I really focus on the advocacy and how we need help, and the brain tumor community needs you. So with this piece, I definitely know it's going to be, people are going to be stopping, they're going to look at it, they're going to be amazed, and I can get into talking to them about the story behind it and why I have it, and hopefully talking about it will give them a little incentive to maybe want to help us.
That's such a cool point.
Awareness equals sometimes donations or support, and it's really what we need.
And so in this post, if people click the link in the caption, they can give right away.
I don't know what's up there. I have actually 2 different sites. I have 2 different social media challenges and pages that I run. If they wanted to email me, they can email me, jennyberg227@gmail.com. They can also look me up on Facebook. I'm on Facebook as Jennifer Berg Canal. They can friend request me, send me an email. I'll show them the 2 pages I have on Facebook. I have Rock Out Air Guitar Challenge for brain tumors. That's on Facebook, and Paul's Up for Brains is also on Facebook. And like I said, it's starting to move a little bit, going viral, but we need a lot more help, and I know this will help us.
Tell us about the air guitar competition.
The Air Guitar Challenge was something I came up with because music is very therapeutic to me, especially rock music. Kind of gets me through the bad days. And I just told my son to grab his phone and video me kind of playing air guitar. So it's kind of like the same concept as the Ice Bucket Challenge, but only you play air guitar to a song, and you challenge 3 people to do the same. And if they don't want to do it, then they donate to the National Brain Tumor Society. And it's on YouTube. A lot of people have done it. It's just we haven't hit that platform where we can actually get someone, you know, with some real status per se. I've been trying to get athletes and celebrities and musicians to kind of do that. And it's not for me, it's for the over 700,000 of us that have brain tumors, but I just haven't reached that platform yet. And through this, I'm hoping that maybe if there's one musician, celebrity, athlete, anyone out there that can really, really help it get off and really take off, I would appreciate it, and hopefully that'll happen.
Inked fans, tag the celebrity you'd like to see do an air guitar challenge in this live video now. Let's get the word out.
It'd be awesome.
Cool.
Awesome.
What's your signature air guitar song?
Mine actually started with Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train.
Okay.
And I picked Crazy Train because it's kind of how I feel I'm living my life right now.
Oh.
Kind of a twist and turn, and it's a crazy ride, crazy train.
That's wild. Thank you for letting us be a part of it.
Thank you. This is amazing. This is a dream come true, and I appreciate it.
Megan, speaking of songs, what's your karaoke song?
Fuck, man. Truthfully, this is pretty embarrassing, but I've never done karaoke. I'm pretty self-conscious about the way I sing, and where I grew up, like, there wasn't that kind of thing to go do. I grew up in the woods in Maine. I don't know what we did. I'm so creative because there was nothing to do.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I do sing, but I always sing to myself alone in the woods.
Okay.
So like I just like make up lyrics, and I never learned like to memorize songs. So if I had to do karaoke, I guess I'd have to choose something safe. Some sort of like Cat Stevens, like
Okay.
real classic rock. That's about the only thing I can sing. It was the only thing that would come in on our radio stations. Sitting on the dock of the bay type of like thing.
That
I know
makes
that's
sense.
not real cool, but or like an 80s. We could do like a fun Madonna song or something. We'd probably pull that off.
So you're a Mainer.
I am.
Lobster roll with mayonnaise or butter?
definitely with butter. I'm not a huge fan of mayo. But I didn't grow up on the coast. We had land on the coast back when it was affordable. And I grew up in the mountains. And I grew up really in the mountains. We had no running water. And we had no, we used kerosene lanterns and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. We'd go down to there's a stream by the house where we would get our dishwater from. There was a spring down the road where we'd get our drinking water from. And I would shower or bathe in the lake. The boys lived on the lake. I'd go down to their house and jump in. And I didn't really learn stuff like how to pluck my eyebrows or straighten my hair until I went to college. And in my town, I thought I was doing all right. And then I got to Syracuse and I saw sorority girls and I was like, holy shit, I need some of that in my life. So I learned a lot in school. Just got me out into the world.
Do they even get Ink Master in your hometown? Do they get Spike TV?
They do, but you know what? I don't think a lot of my friends at home watch TV. I think less people might watch TV there than they do here in Connecticut, where I live now.
Do you still live a rural lifestyle?
Not really. Not right now in my life. I go up to Maine and realize how rural I grew up, and I love it. But no, I mean, I'm really fascinated by everything that I wasn't raised with. I'm just fascinated by things that are different than me. I just recently spent a bunch of time in Vegas, and that was like, whoa.
The opposite of the world.
So opposite of anything I was raised with, and it was really cool. I mean, it's hard not to be judgmental of things at first, but I found that in some ways you're really free to be whoever the fuck you are in that place, whereas I grew up in a very small town, and I think without meaning to, there's a lot of judgment,
So you get to travel a little bit on the tattoo convention circuits. Are there other towns or cities or places that have sort of inspired you or opened your eyes or shown you a different culture or art?
The fashion in LA is really different than the fashion in New York. That was interesting to me. Oh, well, just the shit you can wear in different places, actually, because, I mean, I got these sweet little cowboy boots that look amazing in the desert. But when I try to wear them around New York, it's like a little bit weird. I noticed if I go down south to like tropical areas, fluorescent things look really good.
Okay.
They don't look good here. I almost feel like people dress like based on the landscape, things that complement the colors they're surrounded by. This must be shit that like artists notice.
No, I mean, it's really interesting. And, if you think about it, tattoos are fashion,
Oh, actually, yeah. I mean, people collect different tattoos. There's different trends in different areas. New Hampshire is really, really, really big on traditional.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say Connecticut and New York, there's a heavy, and Philly, there's a heavy lean towards realism. East Coast has new school. I think West Coast doesn't have hardly any people collecting new school. I mean, don't hold me to it if I'm wrong here. These are on the fly, just trying to recall.
I think you're fairly spot on.
Yeah.
It's we were talking to Jose Lopez 2 weeks ago, who is in Dubai, a Middle Eastern country, doing fine line prison style black and gray.
Exactly.
Like, could you imagine that? Like, this East LA Chicano art style, reaching it to millionaires in the Middle East, thanks to social media.
That is amazing, huh? You went to Dubai?
I think it was one of those rich oil countries. That's right. Well, maybe you gotta start doing more fine line.
Yeah.
Yeah. How would you describe your clientele?
Oh, well, that's really interesting, actually. I think clientele definitely matches the tattooer. Like, I think a lot of us, without meaning to, you just kind of you call the type of people forward that go with you. So, my clientele, they're, well, I don't know how to say things. I don't want to offend anybody. My clientele's awesome. They're the best. No, they're not the best, but they're pretty they're like me. They're maybe relatively serious people who are up to something in life. They're obviously serious about getting tattooed and the artwork behind it. A lot of them are older. You know, I'm not tattooing any teenagers. Very, very, very few college students. Part of that's probably because people can't, young people can't afford me as a tattooer and on the higher end of things. But also I think it's because I tattoo such large artistic projects that people often, need to have gone through something in their life to kind of be interested in collecting this type of work.
Would you say that the clientele finds you, or you end up finding the clientele?
The clientele finds me. Before the show, it was like everyone who hit me up was a good client for me because they found me. But now after the show, my work's been exposed to a lot of people who didn't do the work to find me. They started following me because of the show, which is awesome and it's fine. It just means that a lot of the emails we get, we have to weed through them a little bit more now because we get more requests that are less suiting for me as an artist.
Because it's a wider swath of people who just not sure what they want.
Well, just because on the show you're doing a bunch of different stuff.
Right.
But in real life, a lot of us specialize in one thing or one type of process. So I get hit up for a lot of things now that I wouldn't mind doing. It's just I only have so much time to work. So I kind of want to do things that really suit me as an artist.
What do you think the major difference between the Megan Jean Morris that people met on Spike TV versus the actual Megan Jean Morris? Not to talk in the third person, but you know what I meant.
What I think about reality TV is that they have to kind of simplify our personalities, and then they kind of amplify that simplification. And you almost have to fit into a stereotype of some sort. And for females, there's only a few stereotypes they can create. One being bitchy, one being slutty, and one being oversensitive. So based on, I think they thought I was going to come on there and be the bitchy chick because I'm straightforward. But I'm actually probably one of the kindest people. And I am straightforward.
She is.
Mm-hmm.
She's the most down-to-earth person I've ever met. Before I met her in person, we talked on the phone, and I felt like I was talking to a girlfriend that I knew my whole life, and we just clicked. And she's very easy to sit here with, and I'm so happy she's not bitchy, because then I would be bitchy. She's great. She's so down-to-earth. She's like being with your best friend, and I can really appreciate that.
Tell us about the first phone call. How did that go? I mean, it's an odd consultation to not be in person.
It went I was comfortable. Almost right from the beginning of the conversation, I was a little taken back because it's Megan Jean, and you know, you go from watching somebody on TV and now you're talking to them on the phone, and it's just a little surreal. But right from the start, I just was just so happy, and I didn't want to mess anything up with her. I felt this is my one chance to get this amazing piece of work done for so many other people. Like, this is advocacy beyond anything I ever seen really anyone else doing. I think I might be one of the only people that are advocating actually on different avenues, and I think I'm the only one doing it through tattoos. I'm trying to find different ways to reach so many different people because we need a lot of help with brain tumors. The conversation with Megan was very comfortable. She just made it that way. Like I said, she just has a way about her where you know this person is down to earth and I can connect with them. She's awesome.
Wow. When you got off the phone, what did you think?
I thought I was dreaming. I felt like I was in a dream-like state. Like, did I really just talk to her? And I kind of looked up at the sky and I did one of these. Thank you. I don't go to church. I'm not a churchgoer, but I do have a lot of faith, and I do believe in God. And I just had to give him a thumbs up and just thank him because I do believe I was given this diagnosis for a reason, and it's to help people because I do have the capability to do what I'm doing in helping people. And I do believe that it's because of him. I found her. I found Ink Magazine. It's all happening for a reason that I can't explain, but I'm thankful for it. So I kind of gave a thumbs up to God.
Oh. And again, we thank you for sharing this with us.
Thank you.
Megan, how was the phone call for you?
The phone call for me is an interesting thing because before I make a phone call to someone, I either look at your email real quickly or the note that Tony took. In this case, Sammy informed me that Jennifer had a few brain tumors and that we're raising money for brain tumors and awareness. So before I make that call, I need to get myself mentally and emotionally in a position to really respect what I'm calling about without talking about it. Like, have it in the background, a relatedness to life, and then my job is to really be present. And I think as long as I'm really present, I'm not putting on an act, and people pick up on that right away. I'm here and I'm here to do business, and my job in about 2 minutes is going to be to just start listening. And then I ask questions, and the questions are barely about the answer. I just need someone to talk so I can start to hear who they are. So the call was good. I felt really excited at the end of it, and that's when you know it's a good match. Things got accomplished that I needed to. The whole process should be like really, really fun and exciting. We're making art, and like when ideas are clicking and like spirits are clicking, it's really fun.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And originally, were you supposed to tattoo Sammy today? That was a rumor.
Dude, Sammy slides out of his appointment every time. I've been trying to tattoo Sammy for probably 2 years now, and this time I wasn't going to let anything get in the way. But I could not turn this project down when he mentioned it to me. This is the type of project I just love, and I was happy to be a part of.
So Jen, I don't know if you know this, but originally Sammy was supposed to get tattooed by Megan today, and that's how we had her here for you. He gave up his appointment to make this happen. Don't tell him that.
I won't.
Okay.
Sammy's really an awesome human being. There's a lot of people in this industry, and every time I'm with Sammy, it's so striking how real he is and how caring he is.
He has a heart.
Yeah.
I know he has a heart. And talking to him.
He's a good dude. All right, we're gonna let you guys do your art and have your session in peace, and we and the fans of Inked are going to check back in tomorrow, I believe, on the progress, right?
All right.
Cool. Let me just show if you don't mind. Here we go, guys. Look at how gorgeous this is going to be. And Jen wants a big reveal, so don't tell her about this.
Yeah, she hasn't looked at it.
Not looking.
There's the reference. All right.